Hi, welcome to my video. This is me, Jennifer Roberts, a True Divine 4-4. This is where I put out the daily content, which is energy and tarot reading combined. I pick up on the energies and allow you to discern what resonates with you, take what resonates as it is general and leave the rest. This is for the 26th of April 2021. And my full intent is for you to have what resonates and be able to, with discernment and foresight, reach your highest potentials. So leave a comment as to how that is happening for you. I need to catch up on the comments, but I love reading them and I love replying to them as and when I get time. So please share, please like. I appreciate you all being here, but I need some help to get the numbers up. I really do. And I've chippied on for a while now, and so now I'm asking. So for the 26th of April 2021, and I've got to say, and I know sometimes I share too much, but anybody who's known me for a while now here has known that I was born with things out of place. And so I've had many operations, including a huge operation on my bowel, life-saving. And so I growl a lot. My body growls. And so it's growling today. So I've got a pillow to muffle the sound. So if you hear that, please excuse it. It is just my body letting me know that it's there. So too much information, never mind. At least you know it's not a demonic creature in the corner that I'm harboring. It's just a noisy body. So this is let's see, we've got on the bottom of the deck the Page of Cups. So this is representative of in the collective, in representative of the many people seeking in a somewhat childish way, but I don't mean that to sound derogatory. I just mean as far as the energy goes, seeking nurture, seeking love, seeking reassurance, and so they are ripe for the taking as far as the so-called powers that be, the tricks that they play, and the speeches and the coming back of the Messiah, particularly in the US. And this is to be watched for. Unfortunately, for a lot of these people that I'm picking up on, there's nothing you can do. And that's difficult if they are involved in your individual life and your love and care for them. It's difficult enough being an empath and feeling it as far as the many within the collective. But when it impacts people who you are close to, it very much is a much more difficult process to go through, and to have the wisdom to know that there's only so much guidance you can do. There's only so much truth telling you can do. There's only so much fact showing you can do. And so this is difficult to witness. And they are spiritually children, they're spiritual children, and in that a lot of these people that I'm picking up on haven't gone through the leveling up spiritually as they maybe could have done within this lifetime, that many other people have done. And so they are, it does feel, you do feel protective over them, you do feel wounded about them, because they are children, no matter how old they are, even if they're in the 70s, 72, 73, they I don't know who that is, but you know, they're spiritually, they're children still. So the nurturing side of us, I find it very difficult to see. I don't know who that's for, who has a son who is an addict, and the worry for that. I'll clarify that at the end, because whoever it is for, they will know. So if you look at this card, it's got a lot of the sage green on it. His headdress is a sage green. There's a lot of green and red and orange, so passionate, but the green representing the heart chakra, love. The sea behind him isn't up and down, isn't like crazy, but it's not still either. There's waves of this, and there's an impulsiveness to this childish energy. for those of you who have children, protect your children dearly right now regarding their heart, regarding what's getting into their heart, the messages that they're receiving. The pages are messengers. And there's a lot of messaging being put out there that is very much encapsulated. It gets the attention of the children deliberately, using, you know, influencers or whatever, you know, different kind of cartoons and stuff like that is rife right now. So on the bottom of the other deck, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. So this is perfect alignment in the physical reality. But what is the perfect alignment? Is the perfect alignment that of an illusion that is of your abundance and of somebody else's abundance? Because that is what we are seeing. We're seeing the biggest up pay. We're seeing the biggest land ownership by Gates. We're seeing all of this. So is it that we are making decisions in our individual life that go towards our own autonomy, our own abundance, our own alignment in our physical reality? Or is it that we are lost in an illusion, in a bit of a haze, and not seeing the wood for the trees, concentrating on this fish in a cup, still very much attached to what would be called the Pisces age that we have been through, and that these so-called powers that be, generation after generation, have kept a hold of the 10 of Pentacles one way or the other, through mass slaughter, through control, oppression, and yeah, I can't wait till we get past this and can be doing some lovey-dovey readings, because in your individual life, there is and this is the duality of the situation. For some of you, there are messages of love, there are messages of adoration, and actually this would be in alignment with your abundance and a reality that you would wish to create and wish to live in. And so if that's for you, you know that that's for you. And so it's a completely separate message with those two cards and the energies behind them regarding what I'm reading them for. Very different for the collective stage, but for individual lives, for those who resonate with this and have had these conversations with a person and have had these feelings brewing, actually it is a beautiful and good thing. And so we've got as the first card, we've got the Queen of Cups, clarified by the 9 of Cups. Now this speaks to what I've just spoken about, is that those of you that are resonating with this are actually, you've worked and you've done the work to get in a place where you're attracting in the right people, you're attracting in love, you're attracting in respect and adoration. So using your intuition, using your that to be your internal compass, your internal guide, using your psychic gifts, using all of that, the divine feminine within you to guide you towards this, has actually created a happiness. And if this is still brewing for you and it's about to come around, then it's a really good energy. It's a really good prediction for how you will find yourself in the situation that you have obviously worked towards by doing the inner work, by, you know, priming and exercising your intuition, your psychic nature, your gut feelings, by being compassionate and nurturing. This 9 of Cups brings in the happiness and bliss and wishes fulfilled. So if that's for you, then that is awesome. And it is for you absolutely to give yourself a pat on the back, that in being of service to yourself, you're obviously being of service to all of those around you, and you're gifting yourself to others, and so that it returns the gift, it grows the gift, it grows that 9 of Cups. So speaking of that, that is a beautiful thing. For very few of you, if not just one of you, curb the drinking. Not that I judge for anything anybody does in the individual life, as long as they're not harming children or the elderly. The drinking maybe, you know, is getting a bit too regular, and that will dull your psychic nature, it will dull your intuition. So, you know, if not, stop it, curb it a little bit, and see the difference in the aches and pains you've been feeling, and the way that you've been feeling a bit low, a bit tired. That would really help. You'll see that actually that was just something that was being impacted upon by drink, and it's not actually you. It's not nothing seriously wrong health-wise. It's just that you needed to moderate that, if not, you know, give it a rest for a little while. So we have the 2 of Swords as the next card, clarified by the Knight of Swords. So this Two of Swords, again, there's a lot of green, just like the Queen of Cups here, there's a lot of green in the background. So all of the decisions are being made or attempted to be made through the heart chakra, through the heart space. And that's where these energies are dwelling. They're enveloped by the sage green, the mint green, the heart chakra, the heart energy point. And so they're trying to make and be guided by decisions in this Two of Swords via the heart, but thinking on it too. So combining your elements, you know, none of the elements are completely separate like our organs. They bang into each other, they push up against each other. And so this is for you to incorporate the heart chakra, but also be able to think clearly of the directions, of the options that you are thinking about mostly right now, and which direction to go in. There's something today that comes in for those of you that are in this space with this Knight of Swords that comes in like a lightning bolt. The Knight of Swords is fast. You know how you get those light bulb moments and it's fast, you know, just where did that come from? This is it. So where you've been in the middle here, blindfolded, sort of contemplating, thinking which way, you know, is this a good way to go? Is this a good way to go? Is this the right direction? Or is that the right direction? Something happens today that you draw in for yourself that are predominantly through a person who would represent the Knight of Swords energy that comes in and says something and bang, it's that light bulb moment. You know exactly which direction to follow your heart in. And so you can see the blindfold here and the white. There's a purity in your decision making, there is, but you know, for experiences that you've gone through in the past, of course, you're using your discernment, which is the right thing to do. You're incorporating your elements. The feet are firmly on the ground. You're staying grounded. You've made mistakes maybe in the past that have added to your experience. No judgment to self. They've added to your experience, but maybe they have hurt your heart chakra, your heart space, your heart energy point. And so you are trying to think more clearly and more precisely with more discernment on directions that involve the heart chakra, that involve the love, the heart, the compassion, the nurture inside of you. So doing it blindfolded is representative of cutting out all of the bullshit that may be trying to influence your decision and the direction that you go in, and really concentrating on your two elements, well, three elements, because you've got your feet on the ground. You've been, you know, discerning in that you've been thinking about the different directions, the different people, the things, the two different options involved. And you've drawn in this energy where this Knight of Swords comes in like a flash of lightning, and you're just like, boom, I know which way to go. I know what decision to make. So that's coming in for some of you. As far as the King of Pentacles, this would represent for a lot of you the direction that you are going in through using your elements, even your waters with your intuition and this Nine of Cups, and then incorporating your heart space and the earth and your thoughts with these two cards here, the Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You bring in this element that is of an authority in your own reality with this King of Pentacles, thinking very clearly, very discerning, very wise. But for a lot of you, this is the actual person that you've drawn in. And so that is a good thing for you. It's a beautiful thing for you. And it is actually a start of a new experience, of a new way of life, of a new way of being. And that is clarified beautifully by the World card. And so it brings you a completely different reality. It brings you a completely different way of living. It liberates you somewhat as to being able to be more of yourself, more representative of yourself as you've grown and leveled up throughout your life. We all change, and so this new experience is bringing something of abundance, and that goes back to the Ten of Pentacles too, and this Page of Cups. So it's actually a very beautiful reading, and my wish was fulfilled actually as I started reading these cards, because it was a lovey-dovey reading in that you've incorporated the elements for those that resonate with this. For those of you who are in relationships, or who this wasn't about relationship, it was about making a discerning decision about those around you as a couple, as to maybe some of you as to who to cut out now. And that is a big thing that is happening right now for everybody. It brings in a whole new world, a whole new reality, a whole new way of being, and a whole new option and availability of abundance. And so it speaks to making those decisions also for those of you who have been working with family and friends, realizing with your discernment and your intuition that this isn't right, it's not representative of me, I'm on sort of the wrong side of the road kind of thing. Making those decisions does open up this new abundance and this new way of being, this new world. And this is an awesome reading because it's more concentrated on the individual, but it also, like I always say, making these decisions, being in authority, sovereignty and divinity in your own life, and being truly representative of your true self in your own life has a huge impact on the collective, and has a huge impact on the amount of power that these bastards can have over us. And so where the squeeze is on for people who are still doing this work, who are still living their lives, who are still making their decisions and incorporating all of their elements to do so, is a beautiful and awesome thing. And this is the reality of that a lot of us that are here, we are good peoples, you know, we are good peoples that want the best for ourselves finally, and want the best for others always. And so making that decision to go in that direction is super impactful and super important. We live well, we die well, and you know, we have more divinity and sovereignty wherever we go thereafter. And that is an important thing that is coming up right now, that we have that transition. You all know, people are talking about it a lot now, but I was talking about the soul pain that I was feeling, where people are being torn away from their soul. They are feeling the abortion of their soul from themselves. And I'm glad other people are talking about it now, because I knew that was happening. I knew that was what I was feeling. And so where there is darkness, there is huge amount of light, and this is light. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for listening. Love you all. Much love, balance and wholeness. Reach your highest potentials today. Incorporate all of your beautiful elements, using your discernment. Reach out and attract in that abundance like the big, beautiful magnets that you are. Mwah. Low kisses. Low kiss. Look, kiss, beautiful boy. Oh, throw a wave. Cutie pie. Okay, love you all.